Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and everything amazing Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane. Master Propaganda Hero Select Defender over the Fatherland off here to 1 vs 1 on Crossroads. In the north, it is Luciano fighting for the Oberkommando Command West of Germany, Deutschland. Fighting here for the Großdeutschland Panzergrenadier Division with Grand Offensive, Overwatch and Spec Ops. West in the south, it is VonIvan fighting for the Soviet Union, Socialism, Communist Stalin. And the first Guards Mechanized Corps here with Guard Motor. Triple Infantry for VonIvan, noting of course bulletins there for faster conscript training as well, so you can just more easily flat the field with them. Luciano with Sturm Pioneer, Medical Supply and Light Infantry bulletins. We've got Sturm Pioneers as the Engineers, Assault Rifles engaging the mercenary gun wielding Engineers, and that's definitely going to be a win here for Luciano. His Engineers early on will not stand much of a chance there, one-on-one. Quite the opposite. And overall, Luciano's going straight hard here for the Eastern Field Point. Bit of a interesting move there, since usually game players will sort of use like south goes east, north goes west. But Luciano here is basically aiming for a disruptive start, hoping to throw off VonIvan's early game. And also just set up there, so aggressive and certainly a bit different there. VonIvan going for a heavy conscript build at least for now, which, that's the Oberkommando Command West. Still remains a bit, uncommon, though again, mobilized reserves in some cases, and otherwise submachine guns, not for more strategic diversity there, which is always a plus. And I also think something people tend to forget a bit about when they sort of talk balance. They only sort of focus just like who wins, but they don't forget about like how many actual strategies are there to play, because that also I think plays a large role in just how entertaining things can be. Like if you only encounter the same thing over and over again, it kind of sort of hit a point where it just gets like a bit too much. But we're starting to see more and more sort of real variety in strategies now, so that's a plus. Sturm Pioneers in the taking out from the conscripts, also doing what they can. Sturm Pioneers need to retreat. Conscript charging forwards this Sturm Pioneers need to be careful. And they need to retreat there. Heading west reserve with the Volksgrenadiers. Conscripts rolling out. Bit of skirmishing there. More conscripts on the way there for VonIvan. So that's going to be 4 conscripts here minimum versus Luciano's triple Volksgrenadiers. Moving in a slightly depleted to grab here while he still keeps the full strength unit here to fight here. Also they're taking a further casualty and retreat. Heading westwards there with another full scale squad. We got engineers moving out there for VonIvan. There we go. 4th squad ready. That's a lot of conscripts, and of course if we manage to keep them all alive, then mobilize reserves for them. That's going to be even more conscripts. So there's a lot going on there. Ground this on the field point. Western field point then secured by Luciano and the Großdeutschland Panzergrenadier Division. Sturm Pioneers moving in here. And we got mines up here. Nice spot there by VonIvan. Sturm Pioneers advancing there. Conscript opening up there with the mercenary guns, rifles. Sturm Pioneers doing the best to get close here and to flank the conscript without taking too much necessary fire in this case, using the terrain there. Nice play by Luciano. Skirmishing in the west, got engineers versus Volksgrenadiers, but on their own, the engineers stand no chance. He's better off just going for the car point or something else there, I think. Push here, we got conscript on the watch. The other squad, they need to retreat soon. More conscript in here, and that's going to be a bit aggressive here. Nothing further happening in VonIvan space as yet. He could upgrade with medics, he'll add Molotovs there. We'll have to see what it ends up with though. Those guys definitely need to go in. Engineers in the west routed, almost taken out here by Luciano's Volksgrenadiers. Bit of a close push there. Routing the Sturm Pioneers, we grab the Wick 2 point. Volks are also a bit low on health, they got a strong way there for Luciano. Could be mechanized, could be battle group headquarters, though considering he hasn't gone for doctrine. Special operations, mechanized seems more likely. Could also be Overwatch, of course. But we'll see. VonIvan there has an upgrade. In fact, the first thing he does as soon as he can, besides just getting more conscripts, is, pushing for a guards squad. And, as soon as he can, I imagine we'll be seeing DP light machine guns, truck moving back here. And this is battle group headquarters. Alright, Luciano is not playing for Spec Ops. Well, he could be playing for Spec Ops, not the usual Lux Puma strategy. So I'll be interested to see where that ends up. Back here, the reinforcement going on. Guardsmen setting out there for VonIvan and the 1st Guards Mechanized Corps. Barrels apparently just sort of explode on their own. Grabbing the western field point away there from Luciano and the German army. Guardsmen moving ahead here. Not far off there from the DP light machine guns. Troops reinforcing, constantly using westwards. Battle group headquarters almost down there for Luciano. Adding a DP light machine gun. So they're going in more forces here, and there you go. Luciano retreats as soon as he senses more Russian infantry on the move here. Guardsmen versus folks in the long run with the DP light machine guns. The Guardsmen will win this hands down, but obviously at the same time, if Luciano keep more expensive infantry unit occupied for some time, might be able to do more stuff elsewhere. We'll have to see, of course, how he does it or what he does. Battle group headquarters is up. We got medics up as well for Luciano for VonIvan. Still no sign of medics or any upgrades here. Doing some good damage here. Jump on is cutting down the Russian into closer range from that cover. They're definitely exposed. Forces backing up, of course, so it makes it easy. We've got assault rifles on the way for Luciano, increasing his firepower here. Guardsmen they're equipped with DP light machine guns. The forces are basically just slowly bleeding out here, as they simply cannot withstand that magnitude of firepower from a single infantry squad. It does, of course, also put VonIvan at 5 infantry squads. We'll have to see what he takes for. I'm guessing at some point he's going to go for Guardsmen or T-3045s, but until then, mine goes off here. Takes out Stuart Pioneers that active hat minesweepers, but they just hit a bit too late there. Bit awkward for Luciano, and that's going to be a very good wipe there, I think, for VonIvan, unless Luciano gets super lucky. He did not, so not only did the mines just hit a bit too late, they then got wasted because the unit got wiped. So that's a bit of a rough start here for Luciano now versus VonIvan. He's sort of striking in hard here. Back here we got the Special Rifle coming up for VonIvan. Interesting choice there. You would figure usually with this sort of build order at this point you go for the supporting company for support weapons for the infantry, but interesting enough VonIvan is not going for that. So we'll have to see what VonIvan goes for here versus Luciano. Consider they're being routed, but the cutoff point has been hit. Luciano is being denied resources. Guardsmen are pushing further close here to Luciano's base. I imagine VonIvan's just going to go straight for the tank with in command here. Yes, sir. Could be a fast T-70. It could try for a fast T-34, though that's obviously not going to be fast as the T-70. MU-34 out there for Luciano to help deal with infantry. He's going to definitely, if he rushes out a T-70, of course he's going to need like Kedmir, or he's going to need Panzerleaders with Panzer Schrecks. Either way, he's going to need some serious anti-tank firepower. So we'll see what it ends up here between Luciano and VonIvan. Tango command halfway down there, troops reinforcing. MD-34 up, that's pressing the Guardsman. Nice work there by Luciano, leaving VonIvan's Guardsman there a bit caught off guard. Ha ha ha. They're going to have to retreat there. We got an Disintegrator as well there to make things fairly uncomfortable for them. There you go, tank command up. He's definitely got the fuel for whatever he wants to from it. He just needs the manpower. So unless his plan is a mechanized armor company, we should probably expect something else soon. They could actually go for mechanized armor company. I mean, he's got the fuel for that. He just needs the manpower, at which point a T-34, if he can just maintain the current map control, would actually not be impossible to hit reasonably soon. But again, we'll have to see if that is exactly what VonIvan wants, or if again he just wants a fast T-70 or something else. Seizing points here. MD-34 they're doing when it can versus the Russian infantry. We've got Luciano replacing his steel panels that cut down in their prime. Bit of reinforcement happening there at least soon enough. Got a few upon there being hit by Luciano's Fultz Grenadiers. And there you go, T-some light tank on the way for VonIvan. Luciano has 9 anti-tank weapons. At most he's got Panzerfausts. And even then with that incendiary grenade, he doesn't even have Panzerfausts now. So Luciano definitely going to need like Kedmap, as otherwise that T-70 could absolutely steamroll Luciano and the German army in this sector. But skirmishing worth noting, of course, here that VonIvan mined the entrance to his base, possibly expecting a Lux or some kind of rush into his base, or just anticipating a base assault, since it certainly seems like very slowly that base attacks for this part of the map is becoming more common on Crossroads. So there's also potential that VonIvan is just sort of, shall we say, reacting to the map meta there and just preparing for such a potential move. MD-34 number 2 on the way there for Luciano. Great versus the infantry, but not very good versus the light tank. So this situation, oh, he wasn't able to cancel it. Like the T-70 came well in Luciano's side just like half a second before the MD-34 was done. At which point Luciano would have to be able to see at least half a second into the future, know this ahead of time, and then sort of cut off there. And he can't see into the future, otherwise he'd be very potent. So, quite a sticky situation there for Luciano. He's up against a T-70 backed up by a plan of infantry, and he doesn't have any anti-tank weapons, and he can't immediately afford any either. So, Luciano is not in for an easy ride here versus VonIvan. He's not in for a slightly non-bumpy ride. He's in for a very, very rough, bumpy ride. Fill the mines. T-70 eastwards. Opening up the Fulton is there. So it'll be interesting to see how Luciano basically stalls. I mean, he can soon go for like kidnap. In fact, he should be able to do so. Yep, now, and he immediately goes for one for very obvious reasons. But there's still a lack of doctoral choice here for Luciano. So it's a bit hard to say that what he's thinking, what is his plan. I mean, Spec Ops could still happen, sort of like, you know, a panic. Oh dear, I have to go for a Command Panther because, you know, I managed to completely leave myself in a bad spot because they'd go for to take weapons soon enough. But it could also still be Grand Defensive. We've seen that before. It could be Overwatch for some other options there for Luciano. Then again, Overwatch doesn't really offer a lot sort of late game that's sort of really good. Like, you want it early to get those Jaeger infantry out, for example. And, well, Luciano's not really gone there. So, I mean, over there it seems like it's either Spec Ops or Grand Defensive. T-70 riding another Fulton squad. Their Western fuel point at least being recaptured here by Luciano. And he's got his Kidnap out to that way help deal with the T-70. VonIvan, by the way, can soon take up for the mechanized armor company, at which point he can begin threatening to, you know, roll out much bigger tanks than the T-70. Which is obviously going to be a bit of a problem there for Luciano's single Kidnapper. Setting up for an attack into the cemetery, but at the same time, the Luciano's launching a nice little move there into the east side. Very good. They were just getting sort of bogged down in one spot, maintaining sort of good tactical and strategic flexibility on the map is very crucial. And there you go. Direct hit by the Kidnap from the T-70 light tank here. MD-34 dealing with the advancing guardsman, contacting in for the east here, contacting ahead here. MD-34 sticking behind heavy cover there. And folks, they're being swarmed by constables in the east by VonIvan's men. Up here, folks, still trying to grab the fuel point. They're in a bit of a sticky spot. Cough on being hit. They need to meet the counter attack with an infantry can muster. The Kidnap moving up again here to deal with the T-70 as VonIvan bold moves in, and there you go. Anti-tank rifle drop there by the T-70 light tank. The Kidnap can't quite hit since like beyond range. We got folks that are murdering the engineers, and there you go, wiping a flame for drop. That's pretty big there for Luciano, and pretty somewhat bad there for VonIvan. So there you go, flame for a foot. These are dealing with the consequences there. T-70 there, almost taken out by it. Oh, it did go down. Quite a blow there to VonIvan. Lost both the engineers and a T-70 in a short amount of time. Is going to replace the engineers, of course, take up. Luciano's going for a truck there, sliding with the Schwer punted quarters to protect his calf point. Maybe some other points as well here against any harassment there from VonIvan, securing his fuel flow a bit. Controls there being flanked with the Sturm Pioneer squad. VonIvan really needs to take up, and there go engineers on the way. But he not lost those engineers. He probably could be building a mechanized armor company by now soon, you know, push out tanks versus Luciano. But instead, he's going to be delayed a bit, and that could maybe give Luciano more time to catch up in terms of tanks. Constantly being suppressed, trying to get that anti-tank rather than they successfully pull it off there, though it was close. It was close before they got pinned. Flame for units immediately sending out to VonIvan. It's not building that mechanized armor company, at least not right away here versus Luciano. Guards left a bit of problem there for the Sturm Pioneer, heading eastwards. They've got an infantry force set up nicely here by Luciano, ready to receive any advancing Soviets. Engineers suppressed, constantly moving ahead here frontally. And Guardsman going for deep flank. Now that's a very nice play there for VonIvan, a very nice play. Sadly not enough here, but still I'd say that was a very good flank there by VonIvan. Troops moving in, he's securing the west and counter-attacking in the east. Mount up there by the fuel point, very good there by VonIvan. Still no tech up. and we do get the Shroud Punted Quarters in the carve point for Luciano, so he's taking up, and means he's going to be going for the medium armor here before VonIvan most likely. Of course, there's a small chance that VonIvan and part of him may just want to wait to get that tank out from his opponent first before then hitting with the T-35, because it's likely going to be a Panzer IV which struggles with the T-35. So I mean, it's a theoretical idea there, but more likely he's just forgotten about it, just been occupied with other things. But there's a theoretical option he might be trying to bait out a Panzer IV before hitting it with the T-35, rather than risk, a Panther, Yak Panzer being sent in to counter it instead. Guys from there being routed. No orbs lining yet there for Luciano. He could consider future benefit from those. But certainly a bit unclear there what Luciano's playing at now. Is he going for like grand defensive and a command tiger tank, or is there something else going on here with Luciano? Extreme pilots watching eastwards. Second unit squad out this time with minesweepers in case Luciano gets a bit cocky there. And we got the mechanized armor company by the looks of it going up there in VonIvan's space. Yep, right at the edge, the mechanized armor company. Definitely has the fuel for the T-45, though if he goes for it, it's another matter since he's also short on manpower. 432 versus 345. Mechanized armor company going out there for VonIvan. Conscripts marching ahead here. Their hearts filled with glorious socialism. Floating this fatigue around the eastern fuel point. Calf 1 is secured as well. Centre point being secured by the Fultz Grenadier. Just left a bit on his own. Guys from there, hitting the dirt. Very good. There we go. Panther on the way for Luciano. So at least no sign of the command tank right away. But again, no doctrinal choices. Again, Luciano's sort of long-term plan is a bit unclear. I mean, all we can really say is he hasn't gone for the typical command Panther store, but looks Pumas. I mean, that's something. But beyond that, I mean, Luciano's strategy remains opaque. Guardsmen dealing with advancing forces forcing a route there. Seizing the western fuel point here in the cemetery. On the east side, we got some conscripts lining up here. We got a machine gun also on the ready, though not quite expecting a deep flank there for VonIvan. So, thumbs up to VonIvan, he pulls that off. Panzer IV almost done for Luciano. And for now, he should be able to go for the T-35 in a few seconds. So, I mean, again, if that was his plan, great work. But, just circumstances that, it happened. I mean, that's, I guess, not all bad. But either way, T-35 should overall have an advantage against the Panther IV unless, VonIvan handles the T-35 really poorly, or Luciano supports his Panzer IV really well and pulls some great moves, in which case it can beat a T-35. But again, usually it's a bit favored for the T-35 due to having more health on it, meaning it can absorb more hits than the Panzer IV. Counter fire from the MG-34 at Fultz advance. Got the Panzer IV moving in, pin-up machine there being slowly added. Up here comes the flanking the MG-34. No Molotovs though, we got into tank grenades, but the Molotovs, there we go. MG-34 routed, nice flanking up. North Panzer IV with infantry support, routing here. VonIvan's forces as they are slowly picked apart. And there you go. T-34, 85 mobilized for VonIvan, and the first Guards mechanized corps here as Luciano's Panzer IV tears into the Guardsmen. There you go. Like a predator shatters them. Note here on the eastern side, VonIvan's responsible cutting off the fuel points, connecting point around the fuel point directly itself, because that way again he can just more immediately deny the fuel to Luciano rather than trying to grab the point but still connect it, that way ensuring that even as he's grabbing it though, his opponent will still get some fuel from it. So I mean, again, that's some slightly more advanced, we say, capturing harassment tactics. VonIvan's committing to do there. T-35 there being routed, grabbing the fuel point now. Well, of course, it does delay his fuel income a bit there because he's not going to need to grab it. Again, very crucially, just ensures that Luciano does not get nearly as much fuel, but he's quickly sort of catching up there, reconnecting points and whatnot. And certainly on a map like Crossroads, where there's overall more resource points, it's going to be a bit trickier to, I think, sort of fully get that strategy to work. But, not bad. And Luciano does go for Spec Ops. But at least in this case, it's not just the usual, Lux Puma stall into Command Panther strategies. I mean, at least one thumb up there to Luciano. Well, obviously, of course, happens next. It's all off there. So almost along with infinite assault rifles, I think would be nice for Luciano, but otherwise, I think his plan for now is going to be the Command Panther. Seizing points there. 180 versus 289. They got the T-54 moving in. They backed up with conscripts. In fact, for now, we'll be able to go for another T-54 85. Not least moving in like this because he's likely anticipating, of course, Luciano's Panzer IV being nearby somewhere and then has to deal with it. But quick decides it's not, and then proceeds to Bruce Lee tear through the infantry. 2 kills on the T-55 already. But came on the flanks, but got comfortable in there to deal with it. Now, of course, he's been upgrading almost all of his country sword except for the one with the anti-tank rifle, which cannot be upgraded. And there you go. What a Fulton squad. Maybe an MD-54 could go down to the T-55. Close one. There we go. MD-54 down as well. 2 staggering blows there to Luciano. And the Großdeutschland Panzergrenadier as they find their machine gun crews and Volksgrenadiers annihilated by the armoured fist of Stalin. T-55 they're running right in front of the Sengler cannon for there. Taking heavy damage here. A bit of a mistake there, but for now he rushed in I think a bit too eagerly. Got perhaps too overconfident thanks to the destruction of the Volksgrenadiers and the MD-34. Causing him to extend his T-55, allowing Luciano to hit it back with a nice counter punch. Of course, Luciano, VonIvan can quickly replace his T-45 and hell if Luciano go for another Panther IV soon, but still, it is a bit of a significant blow there to VonIvan. As usually as the soldier, you kind of want to build up a significant armoured mass there of tanks, and, well, with that T-45 going down, that's going to be a bit longer there for VonIvan. Big push in the east, lots of forces on the cannon, straight in there to VonIvan's MD-34. By the end, he has to retreat. I suppose in a bit of a poor condition. In east there, Conscript versus the MD-34 number 2. Almost got decent fuel point again. Harassment though, lots of attempts to disrupt the other player's fuel supply. Very good work there. By both players, obviously. Okay, troops in reinforcing, and we got the other T-35 on the way there for Fernando. Of course, this next one is going to be a bit further off on the horizon. And another loss like the first one is going to be more costly after that, since again he's just going to have to spend a lot more time just trying to stay up for it. But again, he's getting a lot of fuel now, so it's not going to be too long, but even then there's going to be some significant delay, in particular if, Luciano pushes ahead and recaptures a lot of territory. But yeah, at this point I suspect Luciano's going to go for the Command Panther to back up his Panzer IV. Though he could of course pull other things to back up his Panzer IV. Large skirmish on the Center Engineers versus Volksgrenadiers. 30 kills, ace level. Down here sees in the eastern fuel and victory point. T-55 setting out there for VonIvan. Guardsmen doing what they can there, 14 kills. Grabbing the western victory point, we got 407 versus 265. Panzer IV charges ahead there. Like a Kruppsteel battering ram with guns. Tanking into the guardsmen, they're quickly butting up the Panzer IV. T-55 might move into there, but needs to be careful not to lose again to anti-tank weapons backing up the Panzer IV there. And there goes shot fired. Bounces off the Panzer IV's armor. That's a bit rubbish like they've Luciano trying to take out the guardsman. Shot bounced off the T-55. Another bounce. Wow, they keep bouncing off each other. Panzer IV charging in there. Quick combat blitz for increased rate of speed and rate of fire. I wish they gave that one to the Wehrmacht blitzkrieg ability as well. Focus on the fight from the T-55. There you go again up on the flank. Focus is on the way there again to replace the ones lost. Luciano's sadly not going forwards a lot, at least sadly in my opinion. Marked vehicle there to prevent, or at least to deter Luciano from pursuing. I mean, it doesn't prevent him, but at least not directly. But again, it could prevent him from doing it because he risks losing his Panzer IV, and that obviously would be a bit silly for Luciano. He suddenly tossed away his Panzer. In particular, he's playing there for the Command Panther. He doesn't want to risk suffering any needless losses before that. Aircraft shot down and almost directly flattened that flak emplacement. Fighting going on here. Luciano's infantry advancing. Point there being claimed once more by VonIvan. Fuel point on the west could be seized again. It's not far off from another T-35, though, of course, once the command panther hits. Luciano or VonIvan, I mean, might be more impressed towards an H-35. They could just go for more T-45s. Both I think would be viable strategies, though, of course, for different reasons and with different risks and rewards associated. Lots of Kidnap finally on the T-45, Panther Corona expecting 2 volley, which is very nicely handled there by Luciano, halfway expecting 3. Even better work there, the Kidnap has been taken out with the guard from the conscript, bit of bad luck there. T-45 trying to hit, but taking 5 there from the Kidnap, and Panther could try and go for the flank, but no, it doesn't happen. Grenade is sold off then, steals the Kidnap, at least attempts to steal it under Luciano's nose, but he's going to clear it out there. Still, things getting intense here. Conscripts with a single anti-tank off flank, and the Panther doing some nasty damage to it alongside the Guardsman. Panther 4 down to a quarter of health, in fact less than that, just highlighting how powerful anti-tank can be in game. Than the actual war, it weren't that good. And there you go, Command Panther out for Luciano, and the Großdeutschland Panzergrenadier Division. With a pin map machine away there for Luciano. Command Panther will get the engineers in a bit of a sticky spot. Engineers need to route back here, troops are reinforcing. A lot of men in need of that for VonIvan, and we got another T-45 again. He could have considered, you know, a H-5 up with the Command Panther, but apparently it's actually just T-45s is what he needs. Plus, I mean, he does have a storm like Kidnap as well, plus anti-tank grenades, so it's not like it's going to be impossible without H-5. But the H-5 I think would make things a lot damn easier for VonIvan. Command Panther being pushed back, infantry up, they're backed up by kidnappers for the east side. The T-34, 85, almost done there for VonIvan, and the first guards make a nice call. And that Panther was like slowly approaching Betsy fleet. Panther opening up, 24 kills, concentrating heavy damage, and these field pump being seized there by Luciano. McKenna lands a nice hit there, T-45 moving up. Striking towards the east with the full there by the victory point. Infantry backing up in the centre. West side could see a bit more action there for VonIvan. I mean, a single T-45 with a bit of infantry I think could gobble up a lot of territory there. But meanwhile, going straight for the Command Panther like Kidnap, Panther 4 changing into the Guardsman there. In east, the T-45 dealing with the stragglers and the infantry there. Other T-45 moving in as well. That puts them to 2. All Fulton and Troll so the Kidnap behind the Fulton Grenadiers, and there you go, marked vehicle up there. Panther 4 half of Command Panther is, well, not much happening. There you go, T-45 going in. Now we've got the marked vehicle in there on the Command Panther. Shot bounced. Aircraft shot down. And VonIvan backs off now, but he's managed to claim the centre here away from Luciano and put Luciano in slightly more constrained space, with just a smaller part of the map here, though he needs to grab back that victory point as well. We got 343 versus 240. Six-man machine crew there for VonIvan's conscripts, equipped with an MG-34. Flamethrower there dropped. And we got flares off there from Luciano. Interesting enough, VonIvan's not ground that eastern victory point. There you go, a Kidnap up here on the Panther 4. He needs to get that Kidnap out there, by the way. It would be a shame here for VonIvan to lose all that experience on it. Plus, I mean, a 6-man anti-tank crew is always good there for the Soviets. No matter the gun in most cases. Maybe fighting around the centre here again as things intensify. We got a bit of light pressure up there, but for now on the west side and east side, he's fighting around that victory point as mentioned. T-Fox moving in there, Fox on the fire. Panther engaging one of the T-45s. They all moves up to engage the Panther. And there you go, lots of shots being exchanged. Panther 4 there gaining bets in the 3. Bad news for any of VonIvan's infantry. Very bad news. Guardsmen need to retreat before they get wasted, which send the blow there to VonIvan and the first guardsman. Can of course loses, ace guardsman there. MD44 doing what it can. He needs to retreat the guardsmen. They only has 2 men. There you go. VonIvan retreats, but could retreat them sooner. I don't feel like there's much gain in there getting them killed like that. Not much gain. Got a bit of flank of some country down the Indian, the Panther 4. Could maybe lead up to some sort of sneak assault there, but the T-35s aren't good enough to participate in it. At least they're too damaged. But there you go. Looks like Luciano might be panic something soon, setting in the Command Panther. Go straight for the T-35s. Sneaky play there by Luciano. Very sneaky. Troops are healing reinforcing for VonIvan, nothing further going there. He can soon go for another T-35. Again, he could go for the E-35. Well, with the Veterinary 3, Panzer 4, and of course the Command Panther out. Or you could just, pump out more T-34 E-5s. Or you could choose as well. In this regard, VonIvan does have some choices here versus Luciano. He's not quite spoiled for choice, but he's not starving either. It's a small buffet of choice. Just a small one. Morning buffet, if you will. Not morning, probably midday snack buffet. Anyways, fortunately they're taking care of 5 from the T-35. We got 12 kills there, half 8-22 of the squad running. So there's to see their mates getting turned into a fine pulp by the 85mm shells of the T-35. On the west side here, Con's moving up, but there's an MD on the way there. At least there's a tank with a machine gun. Fresh flares from Luciano, but he is a bit on the defensive versus VonIvan, and does need to do something to sort of change the tide. Either he has to sort of play the defense and hope VonIvan at some point commits a mistake and exploit it bravely, or he needs to pull off some grand offensive and push back his opponent. Continental being wiped out, quite a blow there to VonIvan. There you go, Panther lands a nice hit, 7 kills, and more Sturm pilots on the way for Luciano repairs. Certainly no mechanized regiment on the table anytime soon.
The enemy has 300 points remaining.
296 versus 224, and there you go. Panther wing west rotating with the infantry there, backed up by a few Fulton of these, trying to charge in and crush as many as he can. Bit of a aggressive move there by Luciano, but not easy to pull off, and so far they can't manage to stay within on range. They're getting crushed. In the centre push going forward here by Luciano as well. They're positive as a diversion to make the west stuff happen a bit better. At least if he has to manage the units as much as possible as the Panther tries to crush them, he might not be able to manage what's going on in the centre. There's a few options there, of course. MD for the 1-5 and T-45. Got the Command Panther and the Panther 4. There you go. T-45's on the way. They're doing some damage. Panther 4 there, watching as the machine gun crew backing up is being obliterated. And there you go. Cannon for wiped out. Quite a blow there. And we got 43 kills in that Panther 4 there for Luciano. That is heavy stuff. Panther there getting their T2 shots and added. Constantly getting bombarded. Fultons need to be careful. Nasty hit there. Very close to the ace level on that Panzer 4. Direct hit there. Machine crew almost dead and could thus be reclaimed here by Luciano. But no, Yuri makes off with it. Close one there. Troops slowly making a push here through the centre for VonIvan. Might want to put more pressure on the flanks here, trying to outmaneuver Luciano, but he might of course feel like with the armoured force at the disposal there of Luciano, it might not work out as well. Push for the centre by the conscripts. Panther holding a bit back here, Betchy 2 bar away. And the the regular Panther force now bar away, Betchy 5. Fun fact about the Command Panther was actually very common, which have the cracks machine gun removed, so there's more room. I think it was the hull machine. I think it was either 2 but either way removed to make room for more radio equipment inside the Panther. Panther moving up, they're getting double T-45. Interesting enough, there's nothing further there. Oh, there we go, do get the H-5. I was about to say, if you haven't seen anything like that, but now we are getting the H-5 there for VonIvan. Guards from there, 23, 24 kills. Command Panther moving up, you backed up with the Panther 4. The ace of aces, 58 kills. And I really can't just stress how many experience bonuses a Panther 4 from Real Book Most has. On that stage, it means it's very accurate and has a very good rate of fire. Held with Veteran 5, it can shoot more effective on the move, so it's just overall very, very solid at that point. The tip, of course, being getting there. But there you go, Phenomenal moves the issue 5 to fire ahead there a bit blindly, and immediately loses the issue 5. That's a big blow there to Phenomenal and the Red Army. A staggering blow he will not right away, I think, recover from. Might have felt a bit of pressure there with the issue 5. Forgot about it. All the way though, that was a total write-off there. But it, I mean, I don't even think it lasted half a minute before it was just in flames.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
So that was quite the blow there. 200 points left there for I need to pull off something I think more drastic there. Turns the game around against Luciano. They're giving up the flanks from the T-45s. Full squad, they've been caught out and they'll bar them. There you go, route it. Panther 4 moving in, backed up by the Command Panther being to the suppressed cast and they're pinned down, need to retreat. 24 kills, there you go, Command Panther engages head on. T-45's going for it, anti-tank grenade off the conscript squad. A bit too much going in there for Luciano, there you go. Panther taking heavy damage, 17 kills, close to victory 3. Panther 4 moving in. Going against all those T-45s, could be a bit risky there for Luciano with that much experience on it. And there you go, mark the vehicle off on the Panther 4. West side seeing absolute action there. I feel like Phenomenal to get away with sneaking up some troops there. T-45 moving up and then I think moving away. Nope, they're going for it, they're going for it. Almost got the Panther 4 here, the ace. Oh, shizer. And go, Panther 4 down, but he's going to lose one of his T-45s. Nope, gets away with it, but then again the Command Panther might finish off the job. Whoa, it missed, but the situation is pretty terrible here. He has very little chance getting the T-45. There you go, ace level. Down it goes. Hit to some damage to the Panther. Panther about to get wiped out as well. Damage engine on it. Oh, close one there. Eventually feed down the Command Panther. Almost got it. He's going to lose that T-45 though. Yep, he pushed his luck a bit far there. Pushed it a bit too far still. Almost got the Panther 4. That was by the way ace level and the Command Panther. I mean, that's pretty good there. Just... if he had something a bit extra, they probably wouldn't pull off. And there you go, Constant in. They might try and finish it off there. It does have a damaged engine, so with enough anti-tank grenades and anti-tank rifles, there might just be no chance here for now to finish it off. The Sturmpanzer taking heavy damage out in the open there, but we've got troops being suppressed here. By then you've heard for up north there, and the armies being popped as well. Sturmpanzer is being bled out. Troops are riding out with machine gun, and meanwhile the Phenomenal's flank party is going for that Command Panther. He wants it dead, he wants it gone for very understandable reasons. But I really feel like he needs to sort of westwards. He needs to bring up more tactical sort of tanks. But anyway, he's trying to take it up. But there you go, machine sitting up here, pretty much I think ruining Phenomenal's little plan there. And now Luciano's bringing up a regular Panther to work with the Command Panther. Double the Panther, double the glory. White then, that's a flamethrower unit there for VonIvan. Bit nasty, he's also very much in the defense here against Luciano. There definitely needs to be some switching tactics there. Command Panther being held back with a damaged gun and engine. Need to get that fixed up, and he of course will do so swiftly. Also fun fact about swift tank repairs, during the fighting in Normandy, the head of the 1st SS Panzer Corps, Dietrich, actually awarded medals to some of the mechanics because of the speed which they were able to bring back the 1st SS Panzer Corps tanks to the fighting. Extra on the weather for VonIvan, very much sensible, but hopefully this one will last a bit longer because, I mean, in that case, that HU5 just went down because he charged in a bit too far there, right into the jaws of the line, and well, obviously, it got his head bit off. There you go, 2 Panthers now for Luciano, 1 command, 1 regular. Panther moving ahead, that pin launching enemy. Mines being laid down, but you know, a bit late there. Specifically in that he got spotted right as he began laying down the mines. which obviously gives the entire thing away there to Luciano. Eventually 3 Command Panther moving in. Guys will try and do here what they can, clearing up the machine here in the western port there, finding with some infantry there. Good work by VonIvan. But his force have certainly seen better days. He's got a lot of depleted infantry back in his space, needs to reinforce that quickly. So he needs to get those reinforced swiftly, or he's planning more armor and tank soldiers. I mean, it makes sense, but you know, I think you should be prioritizing more, you know, troops in the meanwhile. Grab that eastern victory point again. We've got 237 versus 105. H5 hanging back. Troops healing and forcing. Shooming it down. Panthers moving in. Damage in the Command Panther. Very close to Vetting 4 though. H5 staying at a safe distance for the most part. But there you go, Panther moving in there, already putting the H5 to half health. And these two Steel Punches out to the conscripts, a lot of them about. Panther takes 8 there from the H5, but the H5 is almost down. Oh, he's gonna lose it, he's gonna lose it! Guys, no! Yes, it went down! He's definitely not getting a lot of those, the H5 tank destroyers. I mean, the one who gains the most from those is actually Luciano from all the experience he gains destroying them. In the west, they're full standing about there, threatening a bit of retreat parts here if they were enough to retreat. VonIvan they're making a big push to the centre here against VonIvan or Luciano's lines here, hoping to overwhelm the Panther somehow, maybe pull through. 100 points left here for VonIvan. Both Panthers with damaged engines now. Getting hammered away there by anti-tank rods, but primarily anti-tank grenades. Incendiary armoured pistol rounds, I think that's more than desperation than anything here, but VonIvan maybe want to see if they have a slight chance of doing some damage. Theoretically they have, but it's very minimal. Very minimal. It's probably better off with the Panthers really exposed, but there you go. Big focus flanking on the position. Strengthen the incendiary armoured pistol rounds. Grenades being chucked at the infantry, causing scathing casualties amongst the guardsmen. The forces are being utterly shredded here by the incendiary armoured pistol rounds of the MD-34. 98 versus 226 here. Panther almost down. If only VonIvan had a tank destroyer and assault on anything, they'd do a bit of damage to the Panther. He could probably finish off. And even then, he might still take it down with anti-tank grenades. Eventually, 3 there, ace little machine gun 4. VonIvan, there you go. Panther down, leaving just the Command Panther. I don't think Luciano was expecting this. It's turning into a rather heated scrum here in the middle of the centre. A brutal zone of death. There we go. Panther force on the way there for Luciano. More anti-tank grenades there. Command Panther through 39 kills. Virtually 4. More incendiary armor pistol rounds. He's got 40 kills in that. Again, I don't think it's doing much, but, you know, who knows. Getting might just occasionally get a single shot through here and there, and that seems to be what's happening. Another anti-tank grenade. Oh! Theoretically exposed to the armor there to the machine gun, giving a slightly increased chance there. More guardsmen moving up, full in the nearby. Need to get that machine gun out of there. The guardsman should have a chance of finishing off. Oh, there you go, grenade assault. He hit dirt too fast. He hit the dirt too fast. Constant moving up there, doesn't have enough munitions to pop off a final grenade. The Command Panther might just survive. Things are certainly getting intense here by the later stage of the match. As we're heading towards the 50-minute mark, we got troops to healing and forcing. Conscripts versus advancing foot grenades. We've got 15 kills there. And quick set of grenades being chucked there at VonIvan. More grenades off. Panther 4 setting up, pin up machine added, shoots, then hits some timber, but no Bolsheviks. Push the center straight to the pack. Command Panther waiting, 43 kills. Steel Pioneer standing about as well there. Close vetting 3, Panther 4 moving out. Anti-tank grenades off. Steel Pioneer's routed, almost wiped. Could be a bit of a blow there for Luciano, but he still remains in a strong position. $78 versus 222. In fact, he's got 222 points left. Oh, another unit wiped out here. 12 kills on that Panzer 4. VonIvan keeps up the fight. The question is, for how much longer can he keep it up before he's got nothing left to keep the fight up with? Because he's certainly been taking scathing casualties here versus Luciano. And while he's been doing some damage, getting some tanks destroyed here and there, he's never quite been able to, I think, do anything serious, increasingly. Another damage again on the Panzer. 32 kills on those guardsmen. Very good work there. Machine gun backing up the guardsmen nearby the centre victory point, quickly being suppressed here. Panther moving up to snipe. Command Panther's almost good to go here for Luciano once more. 216 versus 77. We got another T-34 85 on the front. No, cancel it for another H-5. We'll have to see if this one does better than the first. I mean, you know what they say, third time's the charm, and that could very well prove to be here. As long as he just doesn't, you know, dash it in. As if though it was a tank, which it isn't. Just because it has the name tank in it, and you didn't ignore the part destroyer, doesn't mean it's a tank. .208 versus 77.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Continuing ahead here, Panther at 43 kills. H-5 almost down there for VonIvan, with another Panther one there for Luciano. 204 versus 77, taking further counter from the Panthers. Panther 4 halfway down. And he goes to 5, we got 204 versus 77. Looking for the eastern victory point, tank summing up, misses the Panther 4 though, and again dashes it in there. Straight to line fire the Panther 4 on the Command Panther. Already down to less than half health. The situation has once more been made much more difficult for VonIvan through, well, largely his own moves. Close to Victory 2. Getting closer to Victory 2 with the Panther 4, getting very close. H5 goes for a hit there. Nice. Needs to be careful, still need mindful distances. Almost got the Panther 4. But that H5 is almost dead as well. Him particularly, you know, gets hit while it's marked. If it gets marked, I'll wait. Panther 4 number 2 moving up the east side here. We got 204 versus 50.
50 points remaining.
That Command Panther's almost the ace level here for Luciano. Command Panther's done some heavy damage, killing, of course. Part of that was just all these conscripts trying to take it out there into tank grenades while standing in front of the Command Panther's machine guns. I mean, that really they just around for a long time. So in that regard, the Command Panther just score up a lot of kills that way. But still, it is somewhat interesting to watch that. And there you go, GG from VonIvan. A loss there for the Red Army, a victory for Germany, a victory for German engineering. So a nasty fight here on Crossroads. The time was close there, but for now I feel like again after they just tossed in that first H5, struggled to maintain control here versus Luciano, so I was able to build it up steady and steady, and all those times where it was close again, the lack of those tank destroyers really I think like limited VonIvan. But there you go, hope you enjoyed this match, hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell your friends, tell your family, but don't tell your enemies. This is Imperial LinkedIn, cheers, thank you for watching, hope to see you all tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.